Welcome, everyone, to a Tuesday Newsday that's going to be filled with grief from me. Those that listened to the previous podcast episode know why. I'm not in a good place. So I'm hoping my man Sinzar brings some positivity. Hey, Sinzar.
I will try. I will try.
Yeah, it's the worst week, though, ever to try that on, I would say. Or maybe not. Let's see. Maybe you can swing it positively. So, what are we
Okay.
getting this week? Like, nothing ish.
The only actual content will be Item World. Now, it is a dramatically improved Item World that is pretty late, but we are getting it, and we're getting it way better than we were asking for.
Yep.
So, good and bad, but mostly good.
Yep.
So, yeah, Item World has been improved. They are adding multiple, not specifically rares, but really good enchantments like HP, and Spirit 20, etc., and then 30 attack and magic. All of these can stack with the regular Item World rares, so you can get some crazy combos.
Like guns could technically get like 40 attack, 30 attack and magic, and an additional 15 attack, right?
20. They're actually adding a new standalone.
Oh yeah, they're adding a new standalone that just 20% attack, and they're also removing 1, 3, 7, and 12, which is interesting. Does that mean that our lowest level is going to be 15?
5.
They're not removing 5. God damn it!
They're basically the salvation of all OCD players everywhere that don't have to deal with these weird percentages. It's always going to be a nice even round of 5. Of course, all your old enchantments are not going to be removed, so that they will still be there. But if you're a player like me, over the next few Item Worlds, you're going to be replacing all of these with the new stuff.
Oh God, are you kidding me? Like Black Sparky needs to get the fuck in here and get some serious ass mod increases. Oh my God, as well as like, I'm thinking Melia. Sorry, not Melia. What's her face? The Dragoon, the spear, emotional spear.
Mazurka.
Thank you. Mazurka STMR needs to get some serious mods on it as well, and some couple of more weapons.
Well, I will give you a small preview, is that we are really close to getting the Final Fantasy IV banner, and that's going to give you a Chronicle Spear that is just way better than Mazurka's STMR. So you might want to put that one on the back burner until we get Kane's Chronicle.
That's with the Kane banner then. Yeah, people were suspecting the Kane banner was going to be this week, but apparently we're getting a slower week this week. Sinzar, since we're getting this upgrade, and this is like, I'm not going to lie, this is actually a really good upgrade. I think that Item World can be very exciting, but has been very exhausting lately when you keep getting like the 1 and 3%, and it's just, screwing with your vision of a fantastic weapon you want to build. So now it's going to be a lot more fun, and there are a lot more interesting stuff like LB gauge fill and stuff like that can be quite interesting for certain weapons. I can see that. I'm assuming though this is not at the beginning of turn, which would make it, or if it was at beginning of turn, that would be really OP. That would be pretty cool.
I seriously doubt it is. I mean, it could be. It doesn't specifically say, but I would almost certainly say this is just a plain old auto limit. Yeah. So it's going to probably,
which is still nice. Like there are definitely, like, I would definitely be running more support weapons now as well. Because usually I've been skipping those because stats on supports, like, when was the last time they mattered? It was when we were getting trials, basically. So, but this will actually give me some incentive to do like MP consumption reduction and LB gauge fill on support weapons is going to be pretty nice.
And the biggest thing is really helping out those, like, quote-unquote bad weapons. For example, magical whips, magical guns, etc.
Yeah.
Like the weapons that don't, like, you're using weapons that are
that don't have a rare, you mean, that's fitting the weapon type. Yeah. Exactly. Like a magic gun, for instance. Now you're actually going to be able to put 1 attack magic plus 30 on it, as well as 1 plus 20 and 1 plus 15, right? That's going to be the max. And that's actually still really strong. So that's really good. That's actually really good. I'm thinking like Louise, for instance, who has a magic gun. Actually, I just realized will benefit from this. Not that Louise ever had a problem capping magic, but yeah, you know what I mean.
A unit that does have problems capping magic is Yigni. I actually find Yigni because I usually give him like Louise's card, and I fill all his material with killers. So Yigni usually is like, for me, like at 360% magic, just because his dagger is has bad rares on it, but we can now fix that.
Yeah, and he already has low magic to begin with, so you definitely want every little drop of magic on Yigni. I enjoyed using him on my Clear of Cow, actually. I like having a pentacast partner for Tiana, and Tiana is so versatile with like so many different things she can do for a cow team that I feel that she's going to be like the lazy man's go-to choice. Like if you don't care about the highest score, but you still want to do a real clear, I think Tiana is going to be on a lot of clears, I'm starting to feel, because she can do so much.
She has a bunch of elements too.
Yeah, exactly. So but okay, Sinzar, so one thing I know from JP is that they did something in JP where they kind of combined rares from certain weapons, right? So like a gun could get both the gun rare and the bow rare, right?
Yes.
But we're not getting that, right?
They're actually doing it better. Because on JP, it's actually the literal bow rare has been transferred. So, for example, if you happen to be running an actual bow, you couldn't double dip. On global, we can, because they're adding a duplicated version of the bow rare, which is not the actual bow rare. Meaning, if you, for example, run Furian's bow for his EX skills that are not going to ever come, and you want to enchant Furian's bow, you can get the actual bow rare, and you can get 30% attack and magic. You can't do that on the JP server because the bow rare is just universal. Now we're getting a duplicated version, so you can double dip on the weapon. Same thing for harps and hammers, because on JP, the harp and the hammer is the 20% defense and spirit and 20% HP and spirit. So, like for example, Bulwark's harp, like you can double dip on that HP 20 and spirit. You can get the harp rare and then a duplicate of the harp rare at the same time.
And then a spirit as well, if you want that, for instance, or an HP or so on. No, I really like this new system. I wonder, like, I haven't done the math in my head, but I wonder if we're getting a smaller or a larger pool of tags, right? Because the problem before was that there were so many different, like, you had the 1%, 3%, 5%, 7%, 12%, no, 10%, 12%, 15%. For all stats.
Well, okay,
so you had a huge pool of shit you could get on your weapon, but I think they're reducing that.
Yeah, they're taking out the 1, 3, 7, and 12. So they're taking out 4, and they're adding the 20. So that's the net loss of 3 different rare types.
3 per stat. But then they're adding the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new rares as well.
Those are all rares. So that, like, the way I understand it is the game. You roll your chance to get a rare, and if you land on a rare, then you're going to get one of these options. But the chance of a rare,
go ahead. Sorry.
The chance of the rare is increased a lot on the JP server. Like just as an example, I get a rare on the JP item world approximately every other run. But when you get a rare, it's now in JP. It's a pool of 4 possibles. It's either the natural rare or the 3 shared rares. So I would assume on global, they're going to raise the rates. And then if you land on rare for one of the options, it'll then be chosen from this list of potentials.
Yeah, because now you kind of want to get a rare multiple times per run, really, because you would, like, in a dream scenario, you'd want, like we were saying with guns. So for Sparky, for instance, you'd want the 40% attack, you'd want the new rare, which is 30% attack, as well as the 20% attack, which is the max roll of an attack, for a total of 90% attack on a fucking gun. That's insane.
That is also plus Black Sparky's natural passive, so it's actually 140% attack.
That's ridiculous. Oh my god. No, that's going to be fantastic. No more Zodiac bullshit in your materia slot, but rather more killers. Yeah. That's going to be good. That's going to be good. No, but so kind of, I think that it's going to be easier. So this is my prediction. I think it's going to be easier to get weapons with really good stats, but I also think it's going to be harder getting the optimal stats, because there are more rares in the pool, and now you're looking at, okay, you rolled a rare, but it's a gun, and you got the LB gauge by 200 every turn. That's gonna
suck. Yeah, just to give you an idea of what that feels like, people in the chat can say, how long ago did Premium Dark Thena come out on the JP server? It's been like a month and a half, right? At least a month. I've been running her whip in Item World and JP ever since she came out. I have yet to get the bow rare on that stupid whip.
Oof.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm trying to double stack a rare on it. It's like just not happening at this point.
So that's what I'm seeing. Like I'm seeing a lot of frustration with well, I mean, it all depends really on the rate, right? We don't know if we're gonna get the JP rate. It just says it has been adjusted. So,
Yeah.
like if it's, for instance, if it's normal to get 2 rares per run, then I think that's pretty good. Like that's a pretty good level
Mhm.
because still, like when you're rolling rares, like if you roll rare, you still have only a 1 in 8 to get the rare you want, which would be, for instance, the weapon rare for Black Sparky, right? So
Mhm.
even if you get 2, that's still a very low probability that you get the one you want, right? Like it's actually lower probably than what it is today. Like somebody needs to do the
Yeah.
probability math for this, but I'm gonna assume
Well,
that it's actually gonna be less probable to get the gun rare on a gun
uh,
in the new system.
you actually don't have to do the probability just because the rates are actually shown in game. So on
Oh,
Thursday
nice.
we can go into the little you click on the little magnifier and it'll bring up the window showing you the actual rate per floor
Oh,
per
nice.
per
Then I'm
enchantment.
gonna do a calculation just to see like how much less of a chance do we have getting the gun or more. I don't know. It all depends on the rares. How much harder it is to get the gun rare. Um, but then it's all a game of really what you're after. Like, okay, you didn't get the gun rare, but you got the +30 rare. Okay, that might be close enough. You might be still happy, which is what I mean with I think we're gonna get better rares. Like, or we're gonna get better weapons just like overall. You on your
Mhm.
first run of a weapon, you're probably gonna get a decent weapon because you're probably at least gonna land maybe a 10 and a 15 and a 20 or something of a stat, and then you're gonna have really good stats anyway. But let's see. Okay,
Yeah.
very interesting. Going to be very interesting to see what the rates are. I just hope this isn't like a stealth nerf for the perfectionists among us that really want the amazing stats on their weapons, though.
It seems like on the whole this is just a straight up positive change. I think.
Yeah. And and I'm guessing like that the bonuses still only apply for the equipment, the special equipment for an IV. So it's not like you bring 5 Elenas and you actually have a higher
Oh,
chance of any rare.
yeah, no. That is just for the event rare, which for this event is the Abyss staff or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That increases the rate for just that. It will not influence the regular rares at all.
Good. I'm still waiting for that gauntlet you promised me for Tyvus so I can use it for farming.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
hoping we get it in the next story event.
Yeah, as it turned out, this month it was the accessory with auto limit on it. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. No, that I think is going to be a fun change. Just using Tyvus for preemptive nukes, doing it a bit faster. Okay, so this is
Hmm.
interesting. This is interesting. It's going to give us some options in making weapons even more OP. I think a lot of us, like, or at least the perfectionists among us, are going to have to rerun a lot of weapons. I can definitely see that. Like there's like 3 Louise guns and like Mazurka STMRs. Although again, as you said, maybe I don't have to be as anal for those since we might be getting a better one with Kane's banner.
Hmm.
But there's a ton of weapons I would really want to run, like the sword bow from Reyna. A ton of stuff, honestly. Like there's a lot of stuff I want to rerun.
Oh yeah.
I'm just worried about my orbs actually. Like Dream was teasing me before. Like, hey, don't you have 2,000 orbs saved up? I'm like, no, I have like
Yeah,
5.
I've got more than 1,000. I'm not sure how many, but
How?
it's definitely
Where do
more
you
than a
get these
thousand.
orbs from? Like, what the shit? I'm
I
using
don't.
my orbs to
I
farm my weapons.
Yeah, I don't. I just run my natural orbs, and when the item world is ending, if I didn't get a good thing, well, I'll do it next month.
Okay, I don't do that. Like I can sit while watching like a show or something. I can sit for a good 2 hours just running item world and spending my orbs if I'm looking for good passives on a weapon. So I really don't have those orbs. So I'm
I
gonna be
mean,
struggling.
there have been a few times that I've used orbs. For example, Sephiroth's katana, that thing got ran like back to back to back until I got my good roll on it. But for the
Nice.
most part, I don't refresh
Yeah,
orbs.
yeah. I mean, I don't do it for everything either. I just do it for the weapons I care about. It's just that I'm such an emotional player, so I do it for many units. Like I did it for Duran's sword, for Cyan's STMR, and so on. So I just do it for more units, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, but this is definitely going to be interesting to see how it turns out. I can't wait to look at the rates. Regardless, I think it's a quality improvement. Like even if you're going to get less rares or less correct rares, I should say, you're still gonna get better stats overall.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, yeah, I can say, Sinzar, I am still feeling the exhaustion though. They're now literally following up a very toxic week to me, where I think that it's so obvious that we're getting this short-sighted revenue thinking
So
with a dead week.
explain that. So go ahead and make your case. So what for the viewers? Why do you think? Because you're saying that a bad week. I love this Clash of Wills. I think it was one of the best Clash of Wills we've had since Kairos. But you're like really against it. So
Oh,
why?
that's
What's the reason?
interesting. Yeah, I think this is interesting. Well, so I don't really have anything against this Clash of Wills per se. Clash of Wills is still the content I enjoy the most. I think my biggest problem is with how overloadedly tailored this Clash of Wills is to the current banner unit, which, like, you know, get me or don't misunderstand me. I absolutely think that as a gacha game that needs to make money, the banner unit for the Clash of Wills definitely needs to be good for that Clash of Wills. Like, they need to enable you to do some good stuff. But the short
Okay.
sightedness for me comes from the fact that Chow as a unit, for instance, and this has happened for several Clash of Wills before as well, they're just keep ramping it up, is so incredibly well tailored. And yes, I'm not against Chow Indra at all. I love Chow. I pulled hard on the banner and I didn't get him. I would love to get him. My problem is just that it's so incredibly tailored to this specific unit so that it actually becomes less fun not running this unit. And I don't know if you felt this, Sinzar, because I've seen you do a lot of different clears, so
Well,
maybe you're still having fun.
no, you see, no, that point I actually can't argue because I completely agree. I do feel like Chow is too heavily leaned into this Clash of Wills, and
Or
I don't
rather,
think
it's probably the
anyone.
other way around, right? It's the Clash of Wills that's too heavily leaned into Chow, because Chow is a good unit. His
Oh
kit is
yeah,
great, but like,
yeah.
they've definitely designed the trial to have too many of the things he has as requirements, and that's when it becomes anti-fun rather than, like, because here's my point. I would want to run every cow with units that I enjoy, even though that means I get a shit score. I'm perfectly okay with
Well,
that.
hold on. At this point, you're actually losing me because you can do that. Now, my thing is Chow is too important for a rank 1 team. If you just want to clear it without worrying about scoring, that opens up the door to all kind of units. And like you said, I have ran multiple team comps without Chow, with budget runs, with janky team. I used 3-star Shira on the last run, like just to give you an idea. So
Yeah. But
for,
my problem
for
is
just
that
to clear, yeah, for just to clear, I think Chow is absolutely not required in the least. For a rank 1 clear with all modifiers, no one has figured out a way to try. I've been trying to do a rank 1 clear without Chow. Wanderer's been trying. I think Trap's been trying. Lividelli's been trying. No one has figured out a way to rank 1 without Chow on the team. It's too hard because
yeah,
Chow is that important for rank 1. And I don't like that. I think that is too far. I
yeah.
think making him great and important and super good for rank 1s is great. It shouldn't be the literal only option. That's where I think they went too far
No,
with
I
it.
agree. I fully agree on that. And let me clarify my points. I like, not for clears, but what I want to do, again, as an emotional gamer, right? I want to take a team of units I enjoy, not any team. I still enjoy the challenge of cow of finding the correct puzzle pieces, right? Like, oh, this unit brings this unit brings that. But I would still want to do a serious run. And yes, you can do clears of non-chow easily, but when you try to do clears that are serious, like not aiming maybe for rank 1, but still aiming for as serious as you can do it, it's still way too tailored to chow. Because or at least that's my experience. So I struggled yesterday, just as you were releasing your video, I was struggling myself with a very similar clear where I was trying to make Yigni and Tiana work together with Melia, and there were just so many hoops I had to jump through to be able to enable this team. It was becoming ridiculous towards the end, where I was like feeling, oh my god, like one unit would have fixed all of these problems, and I don't have that one unit, and that
Yeah.
really annoys me. Like, yeah, I mean, of course, I did the
Now,
Luna Freya clear as well just to get it cleared, but if I
well,
want to, yeah,
I actually did do a high score run with 215% perfect score without Chow. And in that run, I overkilled by like 600 million damage. So I could have also turned on an extra modifier for 30% defense. That would have been a 200, I think either a 245 or no, a 245% clear, perfect score without Chow. So you can still score really highly. It's just that
maybe I'm just not good enough at the game.
Peak is off.
I think.
Well, it's not that. I mean, like the clear was absolutely high end. It used it was an EX18 team. EX3 Mave, which is probably the second best after Chow. So,
oh yeah, true.
I'm certainly not saying it was easy to do without Chow. It was a struggle bus, but it was doable. Just not every single modifier, because Chow, for that, it's too much.
Yeah, I just want my runs to be enjoyable, right? Like, they still haven't hit the difficulty for me. Like, I don't understand why all of these requirements on Chow are not EX modifiers. Like, it's the simplest thing to fix, Gumi. If you're listening to this, you know what? You can keep your short-term profit, and I don't care if it comes as a hard-ass mandate from Square Enix or if you're just stupid. I don't think you're stupid, because I've seen you do some really good stuff. So I'm just going to give you the benefit of a doubt and assume this comes from Square Enix. Make these unit-specific bullshit things as EX modifiers. Well, that means you still have to do them in order to get a rank 1, but I can still run the trial in a difficulty tailored to me, still try hard as much as I can, while having fun, because having fun to me is defined by bringing fucking Duran, by bringing Cyan. Okay, maybe not for this cow, obviously elements should still be a thing, so yeah, I would not be bringing them. But, that's my point.
Well, they kind of did, because, like, for example, like you're saying, if you're just running her on most modifiers, like the attack and magic plus 80%, you may as well rename that to "Do you have Chow on the team?" modifier.
Yeah, sure.
True. If you leave that turned off, you can tank it with almost anything, because the boss's damage drops dramatically. I ran a clear with Beatrix in mostly cheap gear without that modifier, and if I turned that modifier on, I'm not sure if Beatrix could have tanked it, because she's not Chow. Yeah. But that's that kind of is a little bit what you're asking for. I realize there's more to Chow's kit than just the single tanking.
It's the other stuff. It's the stuff where, like, there are so many puzzle pieces that it becomes exhausting to build a team, or rather, not exhausting, it just becomes difficult building a team while including some of your favorite units. That's the problem, right? I'm not asking to be able to pick any units, but I'm asking, like, hey, I would like to bring Louise, for instance. And I wanted to bring Louise, and she was like the final. I only had one free slot in my comp. Like, everything else was taken, because I had to do like dark resist and element resist and amp, or sorry, not amps, but ailment immunities, and Kresnik had to be there, and like all the requirements for this trial, because you know them much better than I do. And I had one slot free, and I'm like, yes, and I'm bringing Louise because I really want Louise. I like Louise. She's fucking Samus of FFBE. I want to bring her. And then I go like, oh, by the way, you need Sky, because otherwise you have to gear for 100% evasion, or feedling, as you did in your game.
There are other ways. You could. Well, no, you can't do that. No, I tried using a physical tank. I will say right now that you cannot do that. You just can't.
No, but so my whole point is kind of that I am perfectly fine with trials having these specific things, but like these extra mechanics that require some of the more, like, I would like to see that the level of EX would also increase the amount of puzzle pieces you need, right? That's what I'm trying to say. So, like, at the very lowest level, I would need less puzzle pieces so I could have more fun. And then I could also decide which puzzle pieces to bring, because maybe I have Tiana, right? So, like, the elemental resistances, they were less of a problem, because Tiana is a fucking beast. She's so versatile. But then, okay, ailment resistances became a problem. And dark resist became a problem. So what do I do now? I don't know how they would fix this, but I hope that there is a way.
No, it's very easy to fix. It's very easy to do exactly what you want. So the way you do that is you add like 3 times more modifiers, but you don't increase the EX level. That way, players will pick. Let's say you need 16 out of 16 to get a rank 1 score. Well, players can pick 7 of the 20 optional mods, and they pick and choose based on what you have. So for me, if I have Chow, I would pick the attack and magic up mod, because Chow can take that.
Exactly.
You maybe have a lower tank, but maybe you have better DPS gear. You could pick an extra defense mod or something like that.
Exactly.
So yeah, that would be a good way
I
to
would
do it.
love that. And yes, I am not an idiot. I understand that Gumi needs to make money. So of course, in order to get rank 1, Chow should be very important. Like if you want to get all of these mods, then I agree with you that maybe he shouldn't be the only option, but like he should be the easy street. Like if you pull Chow, you will be, or let's put it this way: if you pull Chow, you can put on all the mods. That's the whole point of like having the banner unit tailored for Cow. Like if you get Chow, you can turn on all the mods if he's EX3.
Yeah.
But I would want to be able to like have that as a scale of difficulty, and I'm not getting that now, which really hurts my enjoyment.
The perfect example of what you're asking for would be last month with Arbораlis and Tiana.
Yeah.
I made it a point to perfect score Arbораlis before pulling for Tiana, and I did it. 99% of the perfect score runs last month had Tiana on the team because she made it 1,000 times easier. But it was doable without Tiana, and I did it before pulling for her. That was incredibly hard.
But
At the
fun.
current
It
time,
sounds fun too,
yeah,
right? That's the whole
it
point.
was. It was an incredible accomplishment to do that, and I was so happy that I did. And then I pulled for Tiana, and then I did a second alternate video, and it was a joke compared to. It was still like hard to do, but compared to the uphill battle I did without her, when I did a rerun in perfect score with her on the team, it was like, why is anyone saying this is hard? Like, go try my original clear.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
hard.
No, and that's my whole point. Like, if that's a level we can land at, I would be super happy for that. But that means they would have to, like, they haven't done that yet, but they would sometimes have to lock like AI stuff behind the modifiers, the EX modifier. So they would do like, let's just do a simple example. So for this trial, the boss does a ailment. How do you call those? Ailment imperils?
Yeah.
I guess. Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. So like if that's a mod, like there's a mod that says boss does ailment imperils, and like if you turn that on, that means you also need to bring ailment resistance on top of being immune to ailments. Cool. Okay. Now I can actually work a bit, and maybe that modifier is worth a lot. So I really want it, but I'm gonna have to work for my team to get it done, as well as elements. Like you could add elements to the boss's abilities. I just don't know if they have the technical capabilities of doing this. That's what I don't know. I mean, I can share my dream vision, but if they don't have the technical capabilities, then I think that this trial is way too overtuned for making it super easy with Chow and a shitfest without him. If you're being serious.
Well,
Um,
this one is still pretty hard even with Chow to perfect score. Like it is definitely
sure.
not like
But
not
that
like
I like. I
Asuka.
mean, it shouldn't be easy. Like it should be hard. I'm just saying that Chow, like I think Chow and Tiana are like their cows are very comparable in that Tiana made hers a joke and Chow makes this one a joke when it comes to the requirements for the trial. But then, of course, it might still be difficult to do.
Makes sense.
All right, listen. I could I could whine all day. I'm just afraid for where the game is heading right now with all this short-sightedness. I really hope that we get a sign of life from Gumi that shows us that they are in it for the long game and not just milking us for the money we have right now and moving on. But let's see. I still think that FFBE is still pulling in serious money, so I do hope they want to keep it alive. I'm just not seeing it right now. I need that. I need signals.
Hopefully.
Yeah, let's see. All right, but thanks for chilling this week, Sinzar. I think we've exhausted the content.
Indeed.
Yeah, have a great week, everyone.
See you later.